Hello and welcome to the Techstars Tokyo Demo Day of 2025. Okay. Powered by Jetro and Mitsui Fudosan in cooperation with Tokyo Metropolitan Government, Cabinet Office, and Ministry of Economy, Trade, and Industry. I'm Yuki Shirato, Managing Director of Techstars Tokyo, today's host. First of all, I personally like to thank each one of you for coming to the demo day on a Tuesday afternoon despite your really busy schedule. So thank you so much. And I see a lot of familiar faces, front and back. So can you raise your hand if you attended the demo day last year too? Great. I think 1/3 or so. For those of you who haven't seen me since the last year, it's a brand new me. I shaved my mustache. So I see a lot of new faces this year as well, which is very exciting because I feel Japanese startup ecosystem is growing every single day. And I'm very happy and excited that Techstars in it and that I'm in it. So thanks to the success of the last year's founders, some of whom you will see on stage or in video later, this year's class has seen a significant surge of applications with an acceptance rate of way below 1%, selected from 120 countries and regions. This year's 12 companies are truly extraordinary. And then also the class is very global and diverse. We have 2 female CEOs and 2 female co-founders. And also we have Norwegian and Dutch founders from Japan, Belarusian and Austrian founders from Spain, and we have Libyan and Vietnamese founders from Malaysia, and then Japanese and Chilean and Indian co-founders from the Bay Area. So it's an extremely exciting time, and then I feel Techstars Tokyo is proving that Tokyo is becoming a global startup hub, which is exciting for all of us. So before hearing the pitches of those extraordinary 12 companies, let me briefly talk about what we Techstars are and what we do. So Techstars is founded in 2006 in Boulder, Colorado by David Cohen, who should be here with us today, who's going to come up later, and other co-founders, and the simple belief that entrepreneurs can create a better future for everyone. And then impact of one startup can be enormous. And then we made it very systematic in that we gather a group of talented entrepreneurs who help each other and grow together, and also mentored by more experienced founders who have gone through the same drill before so that they can increase the chances of success. And needless to say, Techstars has been extremely successful and became really global. We have graduated 4,900 companies from the Global Accelerator programs, which cumulatively raised more than $30 billion venture funding with a cumulative market value of $127.7 billion. We had hundreds of exits, and 22 companies have been valued more than $1 billion. And then goal, of course, for me and then for many of you is to make the Techstars Tokyo companies become among them. And then today's demo day is to enlist the support from all of you today. Okay. So Techstars Tokyo has actually already been supported by a lot of people. And Techstars' motto is give first, and a lot of people are already living up to this idea. And we're, founders and I are overwhelmed and grateful for the amount of support we receive every single day. So today I'm not winning an Oscar, but I have many people to thank. So like a brilliant masterpiece movie studio, Techstars Tokyo has been supported by a group of amazing people, a community. So let me start with 2 valuable partners, Jetro and Mitsui Fudosan, in particular, Noria Tartani, Arisa Sonoda, and Kimi Sakoda from the Jetro startup team, as well as Hide Takanami, Koji Kawase, Seiota, Kazutanaka, and Kana Higuchi from the Mitsui Fudosan Open Innovation team. Thank you very much for your support. And then, of course, I have two amazing, incredible entrepreneurs in residence, Thomas and Barry O'Neill, whom you will see on stage later. They are both extremely successful exit entrepreneurs from the US and Ireland, respectively, global experience, and helped the founders in 2024 and 2025, both years, and held weekly office hours to help them grow on a very regular basis. So thank you very much. And then, of course, I had 77 mentors from Japan, US, and beyond, basically around the world. And then a lot of the mentors are here today with me. And then I'm very, very thankful. I can't name all of them, but I see David Bennett, Ayala Gmoni, and JM, and other people are here. So thank you very much for coming. And Michael Spranger and Shuji-san. So thank you very much for coming today. And then on behalf of the founders, I especially like to thank the 28 lead mentors who had the weekly sessions with at least one and sometimes two companies throughout the program. They are extremely helpful and instrumental for the success and growth of the founders. We also invited a lot of external workshop providers. We hosted dozens of them and covering topics from the latest trend in AI and ML, invited Harvard professor, and then top-tier VC venture capitalists from the Bay Area. And also we talked about the term sheet negotiations to leadership mindset. So it was very, very helpful. So thank you very much. And then as a founder myself, one of the series I really enjoyed was to host the founders, exit founders, successful founders who talk about their startup journeys. So I can name all 16 of them here, Tom and Barry, ERRs, and then Justin, Waldron, and Rob Gupta, who are here with us as well, and Kun and Kevin, Kun Gao and Kevin Lin, who will be coming on stage later, and Naoki Mashita, Todd Silverstein, Holly Liu, Philip Kwai, Clement Son, Alec Fan, Satoru Naito, Kai Narita, Kazushimizu, and Jeremy Rossman. So thank you very much, all of you, for generously spending time with the founders and sharing tips and valuable experience with them, which founders will never forget. And then we are also blessed with amazing sponsors. So 9 of them in alphabetical order: Brex, Deal, Foley, Fujitsu, Hankyu Hanshin, HubSpot, QP, Oric, and Southgate. All of you had an amazing workshops and or hosted wonderful dinners and lunches for the founders. So thank you very much. We also invited a lot of venture capitals, I think about 30 of them, who came to visit the program and had speed dating sessions with the founders. So we are very, very grateful. And then I hosted an angel pitch event last week, just pre-demo day, and then 40 angel investors who attended already speaking with the founders. So thank you very much for visiting or attending the event. And then, of course, I'd like to thank the other partners of the program, Cabinet Office, Tokyo Metro Government, and METI. I'm personally very happy that my college friend, Hiroshi Ishikawa, who is coming here later, is in charge of policies related to startup promotion and innovation from METI. And then, of course, Jetra and Mitsui Fudosan are extremely valuable partners. So thank you very much. And then last, but definitely not least, this program would not have been remotely possible without the support of my amazing team, starting with Chloe Takahashi, who's the program manager, who herself is an exit founder for 2 years in a row. Chloe is going to be on stage later, an amazing program manager. And then Anna Kagishi and Sola Abina, you might have seen them at the reception and extremely helpful. Rina was helping remotely as well. So thank you very much. And then we are having 10 volunteers today at the reception and other places. So thank you very much for the volunteers, and especially Kari and George, who have been helping us from last year. So thank you. All right, so we have a special guest today, who's David Cohen, CEO and founder of Techstars himself, who knows better than most of us the importance of mentorship and the spirit of give first. So please welcome David to the stage.
Thank you. All right, wow. Got some people here today, it's amazing. The energy out there in that room was really awesome, by the way.
Yeah.
And I hope that you brought it in here to support these companies you're gonna hear from, right? We're excited about it? All right. I don't know if you can tell, I don't live here. I'm visiting from the US. As Yuki-san mentioned, I live in a place called Colorado in a very small town called Boulder, where Techstars started. And I get to come here about once a year. And I love coming here. It's one of my favorite places in the world. And when I first started coming here, I don't know, probably 25 years ago, to me, Tokyo was like the undisputed place where giant technology companies were created and grown. And that was just very, very true. And I think it's still obviously true. But it's changing. It's pretty obvious to me that it's really changing. There's a lot of forces driving this startup community forward, and the people in this room are a big part of that. So thank you for being here today. There's two huge forces that are changing, really a massive shift that we're seeing in the culture, in the economics of Japan, in particular Tokyo. It's really exciting. It's being driven by a couple of big things, as you know, the big commitment, the 5-year startup plan to go and create 100 unicorns. I love that ambition. I love that visibility. It's also being driven by those same corporations, those big companies that are supporting and engaging. They're not just watching disruption, they're participating in it. And I think that's a really unique combination. I read somewhere, I don't know if this is true, because when you read things on the internet, it's often not true. But it said 1 in 12 people in Tokyo work for a startup. Can that be true?
Possibly, yeah.
Even if it's not true, if it's 1 in 50, it's still amazing, right?
Yeah.
And I also saw that, as you probably know, now officially Tokyo is a top 10 startup hub in the world. I mean, that's huge. It's amazing to see. And the change is very fast. We see that happening very fast because of those forces that I talked about. So we're excited to be a part of that. So what does this mean for you? What's the opportunity for you? When I saw my own startup community beginning to grow and thrive in Colorado, I recognized that I was early to that. And the world is noticing. Top 10 Startup Hub, the world is noticing. You probably see people here for the Innovation Week from all over the world now. They're starting to show up. What you can do is you can participate rather than just watch it happen. You can participate, as many of you do, as mentors, and hopefully today, maybe even as investors, because the question is not, will the next great startup company, global unicorn come from Tokyo? It's pretty obvious that it will. The question is whether or not you're going to participate in it. So we invite you to do that. Really excited about the 12 companies we have here today. And I know you want to get to that. We're going to get to that real soon. So thank you for all the hospitality you've shown me. Thank you for having me back in your amazing city of Tokyo. I'm really enjoying being here. And let's get it going a little bit more. Great. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So please stay. So please stay, David. So we're going to move on to the panel now, I think. So we have Tom and Barry EIRs and moderated by Noria. So panelists, please come on stage. No, not this slide.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Techstars Tokyo second class 2025 Demo Day. My name is Nori Tarutani. Please call me Nori, Deputy Director General of Japan External Trade Organization JETRO, also known as Head of JETRO Startups. JETRO helps a Japanese startup to go global by mentoring or running many acceleration program with Techstars. Also helping international founders and international venture capital to come to Japan. Today, I'm very happy to be here to moderate this session titled Building Startup with Global Ambition from Japan. Today, we would like to explore one big question. What does it take for Japanese founders or Japanese startup to succeed globally? You know, Japan has a wide network of talented people everywhere and founders on the robust deep tech technology, deep tech ecosystem here in Japan, and highly skilled engineer for both software and hardware. But in order to our founders to succeed globally, they need global ambition, global mindset, and also global network. And that's why we invited Techstars from US to Japan and with great mentors, usually the serial entrepreneurs, right? And I'm very happy to be joined by these incredible serial entrepreneurs mentors. And I would like to introduce first David Cohen, CEO and founder of Techstars, who helped more than 5,000, around 5,000 startups. And he's also 3 times founder, is that correct? 4 times?
4, but who's counting? Yeah.
Yeah. And also Tom Moss, and used to be is a co-founder of the Skydio, which is one of the biggest drone startups in the world. And Tom is also 3 times founders. 4 times. No, 5 times. Right?
I just have to be David. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's go with 5.
And Barry is a partner of Venture Create. Also, I forgot. 3. 3 times founders. And operate across Europe and Asia and the US. And this is more than 3 times founders panel, right? Yes. And very happy to moderate this panel. So I would like to start with David Cohen. So through your experience, what is the most important factor for the founders to succeed globally?
Oh, well, I would say, in business, it's so much about the people, and sure, you've got to have, your own drive, your own ambition, but the team that you surround yourself with is going to make a big difference, in my experience. And this is really why we wanted to create this global mentorship network. But not only the mentor network, it's the alumni network as well that helps each other. They buy each other's products, they promote each other. Some of them invest in each other. So, like a lot of things in business, I think if you want to grow globally, you need a global network to help you do that. And of course, more than one is good too, right? You don't just have to have one network, you can have multiple. So I think it's who you surround yourself with, coupled with your desire to build something big and meaningful for the world and make a change in the world.
Yes, great. Yeah, alumni startups have alumni startups, right? These are great networks. Yeah. And also, Tom, what do you think is the biggest challenge for the startup to succeed globally?
So I think, there's a very basic issue, which is, first of all, how do you define what a startup is, right? And I think the answer for what a startup is it's a company that is able to raise venture capital. For lack of a better definition, how do you compare it to a small business? And I think to be a global company, you have to be a startup that is able to raise global capital. I think that's kind of the bar. And to do that, I think the level of ambition, right, has to match that, has to be attractive enough to investors from around the world in order to bring it and make it real. And so I think that's kind of the challenge sometimes for founders of previous generations in Japan was the level of ambition was just not, let's say, on par with what competitors in the US, China, Israel and even parts of Europe were doing, right? And so I think that's what's changing now is kind of the level of ambition and this desire to play at the world stage and have those types of companies is stronger than it's ever been in Japan. And I think that's kind of what's going to take us to the next level.
Great. Let's move to talk about cohort, the incredible 12 founders. And I'm very surprised that we've received a lot of application from over the world. Its acceptance rate is less than 1%. And what is the biggest difference between the Techstars Tokyo cohort and other Techstars network cohort? Do you want to add something?
I guess I would think about it as, Tokyo has unique advantages and Japan has unique advantages and experiences. And in this moment, I don't know if you guys have heard about it, but there's this AI thing that's going on. Have you heard? Yeah. I think that the history of the types of companies and the deep technology that has been built in this country in the past is very attractive. You can get a lot of smart people helping you. You have a lot of people who understand the sort of deeper technology and the sort of roots of AI that are here. And I think that's attracting not only founders, but mentors and investors as well to Japan.
Great. And so Barry and Tom, you supported the Techstars Tokyo from class 1, the cohort 1. What surprised you the most in the second cohort or second class?
Well, I learned so much.
Learned so much
Yeah,
from
and
founders.
I think that was what surprised me, actually, because as a mentor, you sort of feel that you're giving first all the time, but these founders have such incredible domain expertise. The last class was amazing. This class blew me away with their domain expertise and their singular vision for what they wanted to achieve with their companies. And if they continue on that track, I don't think I'll be capable of mentoring a third class because they were so smart.
You want to add something here?
No, I'll just echo that. I think it's amazing. We're lucky enough to have been, mentors, our mentors both last year and this year, and to see this kind of growth in terms of the number of applicants and the quality and the founder market fit, let's call it, right, or that they've shown us from the very beginning. As Barry said, we've learned a lot about very specific markets because of the domain knowledge that these founders have brought, and it's just so much more kind of sophisticated, even in the first year. And so I think that trend is just very exciting.
Just to add something briefly to that, this is the magic of the mentorship approach and a mentorship-driven accelerator program. It's not altruism. You're not just doing it in a one-up, one-down relationship where you know everything and they know nothing. The best mentorship relationships are two-way, where you begin to learn something and you begin to get something back from the people in the network. And this is the pattern that we see in all the startup communities that we operate in. Really, really powerful as a long-term dynamic.
I think to add to that, and to add to something you mentioned earlier on about this success and factors for success for Japanese startups, peer mentorship. The fact that you have people from so many different cultures in the room able to learn from each other is actually one of the huge factors for success for a good founder, to be able to access the networks of other founders and learn about the cultures of other founders.
Great. Let's move to our next topics. And if we see the most of cohort, most of the founders, everybody is using AI right now. So AI is changing playbook of startups, even accelerators. Some startups hit significant ARR without raising money from the venture capital or accelerators, right? And what do you see is the changing of the AI? AI is changing the playbook of startups or accelerators.
Yeah, I think there's, in any wave like this, right, you're going to have a classic sort of overinvestment cycle. That is happening right now with AI, and it doesn't mean that it won't be an amazing set of innovations. In the same way that the internet, of course, was amazing, but it was also, an overinvestment bubble. And I think we're in the middle of 100 years of incredible innovation. The internet. AI, which I like to call software, really smart software. And maybe the next wave would be quantum computing, for example. Profound change in a relatively short period of time. The other dynamic that's happening, of course, is with so much investment looking for AI startups, lots of startups start to look like AI because they want to be seen, right? And so if you're not talking about that, if you're not using that, it is harder to attract capital. And you're probably going to get beaten by someone who is using it. And so that's why I think you see in this group of companies, nearly all of them, right, talking about that, talking about how it's core to what they're doing. And that's true around the world right now. And I think that the trick is to, look at companies like these that are truly leveraging the AI in unique ways and not just as an add-on or positioning that way.
Yeah, do you want something to add? As a hardware founders, how we can adapt AI into the Japanese startup ecosystem?
Sure. So two quick things on that. The first, unrelated to hardware. The second, on hardware. So the first, unrelated to hardware, is there's startups that are focused on providing an AI product, let's say, which is great. And then there's every other startup that is at least leveraging AI, right? And so I think this helps a lot for places like Japan, because you can be so much more efficient. And the whole game with a startup is you have limited resources, but you're very focused. And so it's how fast can you execute, right? How fast can you move forward? And I think AI accelerates that, so that's great. In terms of my area, which is hardware and kind of deep tech, physical AI, we've benefited from this wave of investment in computer vision, AI, ML for years that was happening in autonomous vehicles, self-driving cars, drones, and kind of early robotics. And now with kind of this second wave of generative AI and world models combined with that, right, we're seeing a lot of amazing opportunities in innovation with physical AI, with embodied AI, guiding at the edge, guiding a hardware piece of hardware, or getting data and inputs from, multimodal from the edge. And so it's super exciting in the physical space, and that's somewhere where Japan can really play, given the very, very strong bench there is here in robotics and hard sciences along those lines.
Thank you very much. Oh, time is approaching. It's only 12 minutes. It's too short, right? And so let's do the quick final round. I would like to hear from all of you. If you could give the advice to all founders for the next cohort, what would it be?
Startup advice. Build your network. It's one of the most important things you can do is not by going to cocktail parties and meeting random people, but by building real relationships with people from around the world that can help you do what you're doing.
My advice always is don't overthink. You'll learn so much more by actually doing than by planning. And so get started as quickly as you can. There's no perfect plan. There's no first draft that's perfect. You need feedback, right? So just get out there and start doing it as quickly as possible, and you'll learn so much faster than by sitting and planning forever.
I'll echo Tom. Just build. The acceptance rate for Techstars, there were so many applications, 12 amazing companies. Don't lose heart if you don't get in the first time around. Just build. And there's lots of programs you can participate in. And if anybody in here wants to come talk to any of us about that sort of thing, please do. So just go for it.
So thank you very much for all, David and Tom and Barry. So you're going to continue to work as an EIR for third cohort, third class?
Yeah, absolutely.
100% commitment?
If they'll have us.
We'll do it.
You do? You really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We'll open the application probably next month.
Yeah, December.
Sometime?
Yeah.
Next month? Mm-hmm. Okay.
We can do it.
So please apply the Techstars if after the application open as soon as possible. Thank you very much.
One of the other...
Thank you very much, David, Tom, Barry, and Noria. That was a very insightful panel. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Okay, so let's move on to what we are waiting for, pitches of 12 companies. So before that, just a quick reminder, Demoday is a few things for the founders. So first, it's a graduation ceremony of the 12 companies who have gone through a very intensive 3 months accelerator program. And then also this is a milestone where they grow into the next phase, launch into the next phase of growth. And then third, probably most importantly, this is an opportunity for them to enlist the support from the broader community, the investors, customers, mentors, and ecosystem builders and top talent, and that is you. So I would like to ask you to not just watch, but also to think of the ways to help at least one company in the class. So we will have them come up in 3 groups of 12 companies, each with an introductory speaker in person or video. So that's very exciting, and a lot of them are lead mentors. And then we have 2 breaks, and then we have another panel during the first break. So without further ado, I'd like to get started. And let me introduce proudly the incredible 12 companies of Techstars Tokyo 2025. Introducing 12 inspirational companies of Techstars Tokyo 2025.
Hi, we are Solano AI. We turn weather into intelligence with our AI meteorologist agent for any weather-dependent industries such as energy, agriculture, and logistics. We are leading the world in intelligent weather solutions.
Hi, we're OID, and we make modular humanoid robots. I'm Stian.
I'm Simon. Imagine if you can change any robot's parts just as easily as swapping your phone case.
We're making that reality. OID, robots that evolve with people's needs.
D-Leader is developing an AI copilot that empowers pharmaceutical and biotech teams to accelerate drug discovery. Our mission is to cut half of drug discovery risk and increase 10 times productivity. See you on Demo Day.
We are founders of Conterra AI, an AI marketing department that delivers sales for SMBs while they sleep. Our mission is to support SMBs to get sales with help of effective AI-driven marketing. And our clients are helping us to grow as well because they are referring us to their friends, business owners. So welcome to Conterra, join us.
Hi, I'm Ahmed. This is Min from Plexus AI. We are on mission to end the burnout crisis in healthcare by fixing interoperability, one platform that connects hospital systems and deploys AI agents as teammates on a secure layer to orchestrate clinical and admin tasks.
Let's give health professionals more time back.
Hi, I'm Ethan, CEO and co-founder of Boxtree.
Hello, I'm Braulio. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Boxtree.
With Tablespace, our dream is to build mixed reality tabletop experiences that bring players together across geographic boundaries and fill them with a sense of wonder.
Let's go.
Hi, we are Team Blue Economy AI. We build technology that helps big operations run smoothly without the daily friction.
Our goal is to make the world flow better, from people to goods to ideas. Everything behind the scene running smoothly through a secure and trusted system.
If you are into operations and struggling to handle your business or concerned about the security, reach out to us.
Hi, I'm Taka, CEO of Trishino. We are building AI competitive research agent, Steve. Our goal is simple, to help B2B team be more competitive deal with our AI.
We are Tokoshie. I'm Tatsunori, CEO. He's Shiryo Rui. We are building an AI-powered 3D design and production service that helps manufacturing company turn idea into parts faster, cheaper, and without expert knowledge. And our goal is to create a world where anyone can create.
Hi, I'm Leo from Overwatch AI. We build AI assistants for aviation frontline staff. Our goal is to solve airline disruptions.
As a Japanese founder, we are building an AI platform that helps in-house marketer analyze ad data and makes a smarter decision instantly. So our goal is to make marketing effortless and empowering for everyone. So let's build the future of the digital marketing together.
We are disrupting multi-billion-dollar customer experience industry. Hi, I'm Abhishek, founder and CEO of One Inbox. Come and experience the change.
Let's go!
Please scan the QR code behind me or the back of your water bottle on your chair and turn off your ringers while founders pitch. This will take you to the company and founder lookbook so that you can familiarize yourself with the companies and also the founders. Okay, so let's get started. The first can you put the slide of the 4 companies, please? Yep. So these are the 4 companies in the first group. Sorano AI from the US, OID from Japan, D-Leader is also from Japan, Kansai region, and Overwatch from Spain. So let me welcome the first presenter of Sorano AI, Jacob Pedersen, was a lead mentor to Sorano AI. Jacob, please come to stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Jacob Pedersen. I've had the pleasure of being the lead mentor for Sorano AI. Now, I also mentored in other Techstars cohorts, and I think once in a while, there's just a founder that stands out. And to me, that's Ayako, the CEO of Sorano AI. Now, Ayako is one of those rare founders that she's a PhD candidate at Stanford University. She has very deep domain expertise. She has a very high technical acumen, and she's a very results-driven entrepreneur. And that's what we can see in the traction that Sorano has had in this program. As we speak, they're currently working with one of the largest energy trading firms in the world. And I think it's fair to say that what Sorano is building is going to be a new category leader within the weather intelligence space. So help me welcome Ayako, the founder and CEO of Sorano AI.
Thank you, Jacob, for the introduction. Hi, I'm Ayako, CEO of Sorano AI, and I'm also a PhD candidate at Stanford. Sorano AI turns weather data into business intelligence with our AI meteorologist agent. We have paying users already and have signed 6 enterprise MOUs with leading energy and agriculture companies within just 1 month. This video is from my hometown, Hiroshima, during the landslide disaster in 2018. It was a painful reminder that weather affects lives, communities, and economies. Since then, I've been passionate about mitigating weather impacts through my research and startup. Every year, businesses lose $450 billion because of weather. Yet, weather tools are not built for business decisions. There's too much data to use. They are hard to analyze and not intuitive or decision-ready. This is the universal problem across different industries. Energy companies need to maximize the renewable energy output. Agriculture companies need to make smarter decisions about fertilization, irrigation, and crop protection. Our AI meteorologist agent turns data into insights and helps businesses act faster by providing business insights. Let's see how it works. Using our proprietary data and models, our AI meteorologist agent Kumo turns data into insights on energy market volatility, solar energy potential, agriculture planning, and even more. Industries need this solution, and we have rapidly validated it. Since our beta launch in July, we have received already more than 300 signups, converted to paying users, and have signed 6 enterprise MOUs across renewables, energy traders, and agriculture. Here's the impact. Kumo gives energy market insights to traders. so that traders gain business insights 2 hours faster than competitors. In trading, this can be translated into millions of dollars. And our agriculture partner expects to cut crop losses by 15% with Kumo. We are expanding into a massive $1 trillion industry as Solano becomes the next new standard for any weather-dependent companies globally. And we are perfectly positioned to innovate this space. We are built by weather scientists and AI engineers from Stanford and NASA, with business expertise to scale it. We are creating a world with no losses from weather. Now we are raising $2 million to scale our AI engine, grow enterprise sales, and build a foundation for industry expansion. Institutional investors are already reaching to us, and we are quickly closing the round with right partners who share our vision. So please scan the QR to get our company updates and see how quickly Solano is scaling. Thank you.
Hello again. It is my deep and absolute pleasure to introduce OID to you today. OID is doing something that we all expect and have wanted to come out of Japan for a long time, but hasn't, which is robotics, right? They both of the founders, while they're not Japanese, went to graduate school here in Japan and studied this area and have taken advantage of the latest and greatest kind of education, science, and technology that was available here to build a really, really fabulous business in going after what I think is going to be the biggest market in physical AI, in embodied AI, from not just here in Japan, but all over the world. As you know, Japan is ahead in certain areas, including population decline. And so there's a lot of learnings here that can be exported to the rest of the world as to how a developed country deals with a shrinking population over time and the role that robotics can play. But there are still quite a bit of things to solve on the way to getting robotics adopted at scale across society. And what OID is tackling is one of the most fundamental problems. I won't tell you what that is because that's what you're going to learn in their pitch. But I'm really impressed by the speed of execution of these two founders. They started the program with a very specific focus on what they wanted to build, but they had not yet actually built anything at that time. And you'll see that the progress that they've made over just this last handful of months, the team that they've put together, the kind of the speed at which they have brought their first kind of product prototype together, and their initial success with early partnerships and customers in this space all point to them just moving at a very, very fast clip, which at the end of the day is what it's all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome OID. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. Does anyone here know what the world's GDP is? It's over $100 trillion. And guess what? Half of that comes from physical labor. But there is a big problem, because by 2030, there will be a global shortage of over 85 million workers. That's a massive hit to the world economy. And the solution could be robots. It represents a market opportunity of over $5 trillion. Currently, everyone is building the same wrong humanoid. Let me explain. Today's humanoids are general purpose, but not very good at any one task. Like any machine, they break, and when they do, repairs take months. Now imagine 85 million of these. It just doesn't scale. So imagine if robots could be general, but also specialists, able to be serviced by anyone and always keep working, and able to adapt and scale with your needs. We are OID, and we're making this a reality.
Traditionally, robots have been industrial machines that are specialized and expensive. More recently, the new wave of robotics is flexible and general purpose, but not good at any one task. At OID, we are the best of both worlds. Let me introduce you to modular robots. Like Legos, our robots can be disassembled and reassembled in minutes, making service and repairs easy for anyone, anywhere. Next to this, our robots can also be customized for various industries simply by swapping parts. You want an agriculture robot? Add rugged legs and waterproof hands. Manufacturing? Simply swap on specialized tools and advanced sensors. And for elderly care and patient care, you might need a rolling base and a soft touch exterior for safe interaction.
And we're building them right here in Japan. Early next year, we start early deployments in the agriculture industry. Then we enter new industries like manufacturing. And by 2030, we'll be producing over 100,000 robots yearly. We've built a world-class team with over 30 years of robotics experience. My background is in cybersecurity, and for the past 7 years, Simon has been working firsthand with robots in some of the biggest robotics companies. We started this company just 5 months ago, and we're already on our third prototype. This usually takes others years to develop. We have our first pilot customer and strong interest from Japan's 5 biggest car manufacturers. I'm sure you already know their names. And now, for the first time, we would like to give you a sneak peek of OID's modular hardware. Thank you so much. We're open to funding and partnership opportunities, so please come find us in the networking area afterwards.
Hi everyone, this is Sinead from Fujitsu. Sorry I couldn't be with you at Demoday, but over the past couple weeks I've had the pleasure of mentoring D-Leader, who are building an AI co-pilot for drug discovery. At Fujitsu, I hear from our customers all the time that they're looking for AI solutions that speak their language, meaning that they solve real business problems that are very specific to their industry. And this team brings an amazing combination of domain expertise, both in life science and in AI. In fact, I definitely feel smarter every time that I speak to them. I mean, the Copilot on my laptop just summarizes my emails, but their Copilot can extract the modification types of antisense oligonucleotides from hundreds of patents. And that's when it's not finding base 1 inhibitor candidates with high brain permeability. So, take that, Microsoft. So with that, let me hand it over to Chen-san, Yuan-san, and Jian-san, the wonderful team from D-Leader. Over to you.
This is Lucy, and she got a fatal genetic disease called SMA, and RNA saved her life. In human genome, near 80% are involved in RNA, and those RNAs are related to disease potentially. If we're targeting those RNAs, it will open up 40 times more opportunities for cure disease. Those are called RNA drugs. But among all approved drugs, there are only 1.4% are those RNA drugs because RNA drugs are too challenging and it costs more than 20 years and 1.2 billion for bringing one new drug to the patient. Hi, I'm Qingwen Chen, the founder and CEO at D-Leader. We are building KumiCan, an AI drug discovery platform to innovate drugs faster and smarter. In KumiCan, we accelerate drug discovery by automating the scientific workflows with AI agents. including auto planning, to use, and filtering. We also combine lots of open source and proprietary systems to make sure our clients can always get the best answer. Now, please imagine you are designing an ASO drug. It's a kind of RNA drug. And you are going to optimize those key properties and use several tools and read dozens of papers. It will take weeks. And this process will repeat again and again. Or you can use Kumican to make this process 160 times faster. We are building more ready-to-use templates for practical use. Eventually, those will save every drug discovery pipeline $100 million. And more importantly, they will bring the hope to hard-to-treat disease to patients earlier. We are entering a large market, about $300 billion globally, and we're starting from $1 billion in Japan, focused on RNA drugs, and we will expand to other countries. We accelerated fast. Within 3 months in Techstars, we have joint study, patent, LOIs, and we have 10 enterprise users on our waiting list, including 1 potential champion in Bay Area. We are the right team to build these things based on years of trust and diverse of background in AI and life science. We are working with wonderful advisors in both science and business to bring the products earlier to the market. This month, we will release our beta, so please call your friends in pharma and biotech to register today. And we are looking for $2 million to onboard 10 enterprise users, and we are targeting 10 times goals on ARR by the end of 2027. So our mission is innovate drug faster and smarter with all of you. And today just the starting. Come to talk with us and scan the QR code for more information. Thank you very much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tobias Peggs. I am the co-founder and CEO of a company called Square Roots Indoor Farms. We operate across the United States and Japan. I've been a founder and an operator for most of my 25-year career in early-stage technology companies. And I've also been lucky enough to be a mentor at Techstars for well over a decade. I've been supporting founders at the OG program in Boulder, Colorado, New York City, and now in Tokyo. And I have to say, throughout all of those experiences, I don't think I have ever met anybody with better founder market fit than the guy that I'm about to introduce. He is a former pilot who is now solving multi-billion-dollar problems in the airline industry, all through very clever and seamless application of artificial intelligence. He just also happens to be one of the nicest guys that I have ever mentored. So without further ado, I'm very, very proud today to introduce you all to Leo at Overwatch AI.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Leo. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Overwatch AI and a former airline pilot. Now, most of us have probably experienced delays or flight cancellations, probably not too far in the past, with a lot of them going on in the US now. It's very inconvenient, but it's also a huge cost to both airlines, airports, and also passengers. Every year, around $87 billion are lost due to flight disruptions. And it's only getting worse. In Europe, for example, even though we're 4% below pre-COVID traffic peaks, we are already experiencing 35% more disruptions than before. Now, most of you have probably heard of reasons like weather, technical issues, and others. But did you know that 60% of delays and disruptions actually caused by airlines themselves? That's because when disruption hits, operational inefficiencies prevent them from taking efficient action. So what are the root causes here? There's two main issues. Number one, their staff cannot find the information they need. And number two, when they do find it, they're struggling to put it all together to get a complete picture. That means pilots, engineers, operations controllers, and others, they waste hours before they can even start looking into fixing the problem. And in delays, as time passes, as every minute passes, this only compounds the delay cost. So time is of essence here. So we're solving that with our platform at Overwatch AI. We're unifying all the information they need to make decisions better and faster into one single system for the first time, connecting thousands of documents, external data feeds, and other information. And then we use AI to make it as accessible as possible, so they can just interact with it using plain language. On top of that, we make it available offline as well, because some of these people work in offline environments, and for redundancy. It cuts down search time by 90%, and it outperforms AI enterprise solutions in the aviation space by 53%. That way, we're able to save $4 million in labor costs by reducing low productivity work, and $15 million in flight disruption costs by making easier and faster decisions. And we can scale that across 4,500 airlines and airports. And we've got a great team to do so. My background is in aviation. I've deployed AI with other stakeholders as well. My co-founder has been working self-driving tech in Silicon Valley, and we're also really strong on the AI side. And we've got customers that validate this. In less than 6 months, we signed 3 major customers, which usually takes 12 to 18 months in this industry, including Pegasus, a big airline in Europe. They have 100 aircraft. Austrian Airlines, part of Lufthansa Group, and Starlines. They've got 3,000 employees that would be using our system. And Northern Aerotech, they do maintenance for Emirates, British Airways, EasyJet, and other major airlines. But we're not stopping there. So we've already validated what we work on in other industries, in dozens of customer discussions, in energy, shipping, and defense. They all face the same problems. And the high-skilled frontline workers are a huge share of the economy, of the global workforce, and a huge share of the workforce that is retiring. Currently, we're fundraising as well, and we've got more than half committed from leading VCs, including one of the most famous airlines in the world. And if you're interested in helping to make air travel smoother for airlines, airports, and passengers, and saving billions along the way, we'd love to chat. Thank you very much.
Okay, so please take a seat, and we're moving on to an amazing panel, another amazing panel with special guests flying from all over the world. So Kevin, Kun, and Elizabeth, please come on stage. All right, let's get started. I'm very excited for this panel, and thank you very much for joining us today. So let me introduce very briefly each of you. Kevin Lin, who's a co-founder and former CEO of Twitch, and then now a CEO of Meta Theory, and then GP of Lifelight Capital. And Kun Gao is a former founder and then CEO of Crunchyroll, now a CEO and co-founder of Forge and GGWP. And then Elizabeth who is the GP and the creator of Hustle Fund, and then also Angel Squad, along with Eric and Chi and Co, who's here with us as well. So I'm very excited for welcoming all of you today. Okay, so let's get started because we don't have much time. So I will have questions for each of you, Kevin and Kun. So both of you are extremely successful exited entrepreneurs, especially coming from the US and then now living in Asia. And you are building the companies and also funding companies, and then still dedicate your time to mentor people.
right? So the new generation of founders. So how would you value mentorship, and especially when you were lead mentor to Techstars Tokyo founders?
It's really fun. I love working with founders. We, in our own startup journey at Twitch, got really lucky and met some amazing mentors and advisors, and you just never know like who's going to have this little nugget of wisdom that will pretty much alter your fate forever. So it's a big responsibility, but it is a lot of fun, and really enjoyed working with the Box Tree team, Ethan and Braulio. They really love what they do and love what their sort of purpose of what they're building is, and I thought that was really exciting for me to be a part of. I learned a lot as well about the mixed reality space. So yeah, I think it's critical. You as founders need someone to help, and so it's really an honor and a pleasure to do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be where I am without mentors, and similarly, Crunchyroll wouldn't be where it ended up without having amazing mentors. We had one of our mentors help bring us to Japan, help us set up an office. We had the founders of Hot or Not, the founders of PayPal as mentors, and so I figured got to pay it forward. Pardon the pun. And just also, it's really amazing as mentors to be able to see the world through the eyes of the future, the new entrepreneurs, because things are so different now, and so we get to live a little bit vicariously through them.
Great, thank you. And Elizabeth, you're also a mentor, but also creating an amazing community in the Bay Area and beyond. So when I say that how mentorship and community help founders, would you talk a little bit about both mentorship and community building?
For sure. So I think echoing this sentiment, one of the things that we are doing with our Angel Squad program, which is essentially a modern day global angel group with over 2,500 angel investors, including some of whom are here today in our Tokyo squad. I think this idea of giving back and creating communities with angels is really critical to helping startups get started. I think many people often ask me, what is the secret sauce of Silicon Valley? And it's not the weather, contrary to popular belief. It's not the schools. It really is this idea of giving back. And many of the people in Silicon Valley are running around and writing $1,000 checks into companies and giving them a little bit of help here and there. And that's what we're trying to create globally.
Great, thank you. So I touched upon the Asia context. So two of you, Kevin Kuhn, moved to Asia after many years in the US. And the first panel's topic was how we can create the global, like-minded and globally successful founders from Japan. And then in Asia, it is a little tricky because of the funding environment and top talent, and unlike Silicon Valley, founders sometimes struggle. So do you have any comments or advice to the founders in Asia?
For context, I moved to Taiwan 5 years ago. My parents are from there, and we left just presumably for a couple months to escape COVID and ended up staying. And now I also started an accelerator in Taipei, brand new, and learned a lot over the last decade or so visiting Asia, working with founders out here. I think a lot of it was sort of covered earlier on the panel. Being a founder is endless pain. But the reward is great, even if you fail. I think that's one of the biggest things you have to sort of embrace as a mentality. The other side of it is, build quickly, just get out there. Regardless of what you're building, move with speed, get feedback, learn to process user feedback. I think a lot of founders in Asia, I'd say on average, these are averages, I'm not trying to stereotype, but I felt this in actually working with founders here is, they're really afraid of failure, and they're afraid of talking about failure. And I think that really holds people back, because the point is to fail. The point is that you are in a thinking space where you know only so much, and your users really can tell you a lot. if you can learn to talk to them. And so a lot of it is elimination of bias, because you don't want to be wrong in your assumptions, and you don't want to talk about your assumptions with mentors or advisors or investors in a way that you feel like you might be incorrect. I think that's one of the biggest takeaways so far in my experience investing in founders here. Whereas in San Francisco, everyone's they talk about this all the time, right? Assume you're wrong, assume you're going to fail, assume you need to learn, and so it's really deeply ingrained in the mindset. Whereas I think it is a little bit different out here.
I was in the Bay Area for almost 20 years, moved to Hong Kong last year. And I think something that's really interesting, at least coming from the consumer side, is that each country or each region actually develops quite differently. It's almost like they're all, like little petri dishes. And normally when consumer, you think about, okay, we got to throw stuff against the wall and see what sticks. In the US, a lot of times it's very monolithic. You think, okay, like this thing is going to go everywhere else in the world. But in Asia, you kind of see all these little experiments in each country and can see, okay, why did one service grow in one region but not in another region? And there's a lot of interesting learning to take away from that. For example, in Japan, Mixi blew up as a social platform, but Facebook did not. Or Twitter here is much more of a ubiquitous communication utility, whereas in the US, it's become something a little bit different. And so I think that's also very interesting to learn, draw from, to be able to understand those markets, and then ultimately potentially to draw inspiration to take some of that back to the US if you wanted to build there.
Great, thank you. So Elizabeth, you touched upon the Japan squad, but sometimes the US VCs have like a Silicon Valley centric view, but you are very global minded and have chapters in a lot of cities globally, including Japan, right? So how do you, and then we just chatted backstage and you said great founder can come from anywhere. So archetype of the great founder is, found anywhere, right? So how do you see your global nature of angel group and then also the investing from Hustle Fund?
I think it's a really interesting time, actually, this year in 2025, because I think that for a long time, a lot of people felt like, oh, the biggest companies are only built in Silicon Valley. And actually, if you think about the hottest companies in 2025, many of them are not from Silicon Valley. I think about Lovable out of Europe. I think about N8N. I think about Hugging Face. They're all out of Europe, right? Cohere from Canada. Like you have all these big names that are not from Silicon Valley. Of course, we have Anthropic and OpenAI, but you are seeing literally huge companies being built everywhere. And so I think this notion of global talent is everywhere is actually proof this year that you have. And so I think to that end, then really the question we should be asking ourselves is, how do you cultivate that talent? How do you take a talented, hardworking person and help that person become a successful founder? And so these are the pieces that we're trying to build with our Angel Squad that is global, representing 40 countries. Can we work with founders who are anywhere, and if they have that grit, that talent, and that right opportunity, can we help turn them into one of these special unicorns? So that's the piece that needs to be solved. It's not, is that the right problem to solve? It is, how do you solve it?
That's a very good piece of advice. Okay, so we're already running out of time. So just quickly in 1 minute. So there are a lot of founders, not just from Techstars Tokyo, but also future founders today. So if you have one critical piece of advice to the founders today, please share it with 1 minute. Maybe start with Elizabeth in different order this time.
I think echoing a past panel, just go for it. I think the faster you iterate and the faster you get to learnings, the more shots on goal you have. And so go for it.
I think a lot of times, especially coming from the mentor perspective, if you're an entrepreneur, it's about what is the right question to ask your mentor. And one of the best questions I get is, what would you do if you were in my shoes, and why?
Yeah, I think specifically for today, don't be shy. You got to approach people. Make sure you're organized in all your follow-ups with investors if you are raising, and follow up with investors. You have to hit them up over and over again, oftentimes, as they may not get back to you, but doesn't mean they're not interested. You have to chase. So yeah, get out there and find those partners to help build your company with you.
Okay. Looks like we still have a little bit of time. So can you talk? It was really quick. So can you talk about the benefits and the complementary nature of the mentorship and the community? So how can a founder, for example, make the most of mentorship as well as from a community to get support, to enlist support?
I think be clear with what you want from a mentor. I mean, there are many different shapes and sizes of mentors. Mentors that can simply connect you and connect dots for you, or mentors that are really helpful in brainstorm, and whether that's on the actual specific idea or product you're working on, or more quote unquote boring stuff like how do I get my business to not die? How do I hire people? Make sure you're clear and organized when you talk to them and follow up. But I think a lot of it is knowing what you need. There's like big, shiny, ideal looking mentors that might not actually be helpful based on where you are in your company.
Share, give context. I think that's something that a lot of times as a mentor, we really need to be able to help give meaningful feedback.
I think along the lines of going for it, Twitter and LinkedIn allow you to reach anybody. And so I would, not be shy in pinging who you actually want to talk with and then being very direct and specific. I think people generally want to give back and help, so go for it.
Oh, I have one more thing. Be honest. I think that's really important, right? I think to Kuhn's context point made me realize it's like a lot of folks won't share true context because they don't want you to know that things aren't working or that they don't know what they're doing. We know you don't know what you're doing. So just be honest. I think that's really, really critical in any relationship like that.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good. One of the a great pieces of advice I got, just to be vulnerable in front of the mentors so that they will give more instead of I'm very doing well and whatnot. So thank you very much for the amazing panel. And now I think it's time. So please give a big round of applause to the amazing panel. Okay, so let's move on to the second group of pitches of 4 companies. Let me welcome to the stage Noria, Arisa, and Kimi from Jetro Startup to introduce the 4 companies of the second group. Oh, just 2 of you?
Hi, I'm Arisa.
And I'm Kimi.
And this is Noria-san. And we are Techstars Tokyo project lead at Jetro Startup. Thank you so much for joining us today. Techstars Tokyo is incredibly important to us Jetro as it marks a key step towards creating a born global startup from day one. Our mission is clear: to create and enhance founder-friendly, mentor-led, startup-driven ecosystem here in Japan.
And we believe that nurturing such an ecosystem is not just important for Japan, but for the world. Startups push boundaries and inject new energy into industries. And that's why we at Jetro work together with global partners like Techstars to ensure that founders receive the top-class support that they deserve.
So today we are here witnessing the second class of Techstars Tokyo following the success of our inaugural program last year. We are very proud to see how the first class achieved amazing milestones, securing ongoing funding, forging partnerships, and expanding their businesses internationally. And this year's cohort has once again exceeded our expectations.
Over the past three months, 12 startups, 6 from Japan and 6 from abroad, have worked tirelessly to push their ideas forward. They each came with their distinct visions and their own set of challenges, but what united them together was this common goal: to grow quickly, learn deeply, and to make an impact in the world.
And they didn't do this alone. Supported by Techstars' vast global network of mentors, investors, and industry experts, they not only received advice, but hands-on day-to-day support. The mentor-led approach is at the heart of Techstars. It's about people giving first to people, founders learning from other founders, and building lasting relationships.
And we've witnessed their growth, their resilience, and their breakthroughs firsthand. And we've witnessed also how they truly embraced their global perspective. And today, they're here with passion and confidence to showcase what they've built.
So now I'd like to introduce the next 4 startups that we'll be pitching. Plexus AI, Omid and Mint, based in Malaysia and US. Boxtree, Braulio, and Ethan, based in US.
Blue Economy AI, Aman and Akshata, based in India and the US. Trisino, Taka, and Gagam, based in Japan and the US.
So let's start again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Bob Upham. It's my pleasure and honor today to introduce Plexus AI to the Techstars Tokyo Demo Day. They built a agentic AI system that interfaces with hospital, clinics, and doctors' enterprise systems such as Epic. There's a couple things as an investor that I really, really appreciate about Plexus AI, and in particular Ahmed and Ning. One, this is the timing is right. This is needed right now. 2, they're not newbies at this. They have worked together, and they've done other startups together. 3, they have traction, a fantastic sales pipeline, a very active sales pipeline. It's just been a real pleasure for me to work with them.
This is David Bennett with Techstars 25. I just wanted to record this video to share my excitement about working with the Plexus AI team. It's pretty clear that the future of AI is revolving around the agentic workflow. I think by choosing a vertical that clearly has need and product market fit, not to mention a geo that they have experience with, really gives them a leg up. So it's a great team. I'm looking forward to working and investing with them and looking forward to seeing you all this week at Techstars 25.
Hi, I hope everyone is excited because we are. And today I'm here to talk about an experience we've all shared together. We've all been into hospitals and clinics. We understand how it feels. We've all been into hallways and crowded lobbies. We've taken family and friends to receive care and treatment. But we also all experienced long wait times and even sometimes misdiagnosed, just like my co-founder.
The doctors ran tests on me, but my medical records were scattered. They didn't know what was going on, and I was misdiagnosed.
According to research, 44% of clinicians reported severe burnout from repetitive tasks. It's all due to disconnect, and systems are fragmented, doesn't talk to each other, and builds inefficiencies.
So we now know what's going on. Healthcare teams are drowning in manual work.
Our solution, from chaos to clean interoperability to clinical AI outcomes. We normalize different hospital data into one single format, FHIR R4. We validate, acknowledge, and confirm with full audit trail. Our AI orchestrator would route clinician tasks to a specialist AI agent and then returns a validated result.
We go live in weeks, not months, because we reduce 70% of integration efforts. And the best part is, personal health information stays on-prem, never leaves the hospital.
Here is a case study. I'm gonna let one of my customers tell the value of Plexus. Quoting the CEO for Aurelius Healthcare, Plexus provided a solution that connected all systems with unmatched innovation. We understand how big the market is. Realistically, in a few years, we want to capture a $1 billion market cap. Half of the hospitals in the world already exist in the APAC region, and this is what we're focusing on.
We focus on enterprise, but we introduce other 2 plans for small and medium-sized hospitals.
We are already on a strong early traction, 1.5 million in ARR and 2 LOIs signed, already deployed, paid customers, 3 healthcare organizations across 17 clinical departments, more than 15 million clinical records has been processed and more than 25 clinical charts.
We already have more than 200 healthcare partnerships in our pipeline. By 2029, we aim to reach 30 million ARR.
We are a team of researchers and industry professionals that we've been doing this for many years. We have more than 30 years of combined experience. Myself, the CEO, and as a clinical informatics engineer, and my co-founder as a solution architect, and Dr. Yeli with more than 20 years of AI machine learning experience, building in healthcare. And she already have more than 100 citations and published papers, and we share one vision. Our mission and why Plexus exists is to give healthcare the one thing that's been missing, which is true intelligence that connects every part of care. We are raising our seed round now at $1.5 million. We already have 2 amazing committed investors to hit 7 million ARR.
Scan our QR, connect and talk to us. Let's end the burnout together. Thank you.
Hello. Hello again. Kevin Lin here, here to talk about Boxtree. So we're on the cusp of a technology platform shift. Whether you believe in it or afraid of it, XR, VR, AR, mixed reality is coming. The biggest companies around the world are investing billions. Meta, Apple, Google, Samsung, Sony, and many upstarts are obsessed with this idea of fully immersing us in the virtual world, in the digital space, for as many minutes a day as possible. Where does that really take us? Where does humanity go from there? I think in combination with AI, bringing creation to the hands of everybody, making it as simple as thinking and speaking or typing, there's this interesting intersection between these two that leaves a large open opportunity for maybe even a reset of our relationship with technology. Games is one of the most common activities. We've done it since the dawn of humanity, since the dawn of civilization. In fact, the average person around the world today, about half of the world plays video games, spends over 70 minutes a day playing games. Here to talk about what the future of gaming, co-creation might look like in mixed reality, Boxtree, Ethan and Braulio.
Thanks, Kevin, Barry, and all the Techstars mentors. I'm Ethan, the CEO and co-founder of Boxtree, and this is Braulio, my co-founder and CTO. All right, let's get into it. Let's talk tabletop. Tabletop gaming is as old as civilization itself. This game behind me you see is over 4,000 years old. To play tabletop is to be human. And I'm sure each of you in this room has a favorite tabletop game that you love to play with family and friends. This is the future of tabletop. This is table space, where you can tear open a pack of cards with your bare hands and see creatures come to life before your eyes on the tabletop, where a win in solitaire can feel like a whirlwind of delight, where you can feel like you're across the table from a friend even when they're on the other side of the planets. And this future is here now for our 25,000 players in our public beta who are already playing table space on headsets like the Quest and the Vision Pro. And over the past month alone, average session times in table space have increased over 50%. Now, Braulio and I both spent a lot of our childhoods playing tabletop games. I spent all of my allowance money growing up on trading cards, doing rounds with my brothers and friends, and we are not alone in our tabletop geekery. Over $20 billion a year are spent on these games, and increasingly, that spend is in the digital realm. It's already over half of the total tabletop spend and that trend is accelerating. And here we are at this new frontier of spatial computing. And we've seen this before. It's the year 2006 all over again. The rise of mobile gaming, smartphones, and user-generated contents, these things happen in cycles. And so we're at this frontier of spatial computing, and the glasses are coming. This is the progression that we're seeing with this technology. The largest firms in the world are spending tens of billions of dollars to make these devices increasingly slim. Next year, table space will run on glasses that look like this. And this trend is accelerating. We expect by the year 2030, millions of people will be playing box tree titles in table space, wearing glasses that look like this, many of you in this room. And we're getting ready for that future today. So we already have licensing deals in place with over a dozen tabletop game creators. And for us, bringing a new game into table space takes days, not months or years. And not just for us, but for our players as well. This is the box tree builder. Everything you see here was made by a user, generated, and brought into table space in a matter of minutes. There was no coding involved. This is all using generative tools that we use for our games ourselves. So we intend to be the Roblox of the tabletop. This is how this played out with this company at the frontier of that mobile era. We expect to do the same in this new domain of mixed reality. And we are the team to make this happen. Braulio and I have a combined decade of experience building for XR. We've been building technology. We're deeply technical across firms like Google, Apple, Formlabs, and Stripe. And we see this opportunity ahead of us to be the future of tabletop gaming, to bring people together and enhance that sense of personal connection with this new technology, instead of having us be completely immersed into a whole separate world. This is a chance at real human connection. So we are looking to partner with beloved household tabletop IP here in Japan, and we also anticipate opening up a fundraise in the beginning of next year. So if you want to try table space, you're welcome to. It'll be outside, and you can experience the future of tabletop. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ron Drapkin, longtime entrepreneur and investor here in Tokyo. You may have seen, I think we've all seen that AI adoption is unstoppable, but it started with the high-tech companies, the coders and QA people and such like that. And it's working its way gradually over to the most complicated and old school industries. And I'm going to talk to you about one of them. How many people have been in a container terminal? Decent number. Okay, so what kind of team does it take to make AI work in a container terminal? It's quite an unusual team. Okay, first of all, they know AI like the back of their hands, but they also know software development. They can work in an old school, APIs, an old QA kind of place, and they know container terminals. And on top of that, they can sell like mad. It's a really unusual combination, and it's my great pleasure to introduce to you Aman and Aksheta from Blue Economy.
Thank you so much.
Kind introduction, Ron. Konnichiwa, everyone. My name is Akshita.
And I'm Aman.
And we are Team Blue Economy AI. And this is how our workspace look like. We are a company that builds AI control room for the ports. Our customers are businesses doing big operations in logistics and supply chain. And right now, we are starting off with the biggest and oldest industry of all time, the maritime port industry.
But there's a problem. Ports are flooded with containers, especially because of recent increasing demand, global consumerism all across.
ports are working at the peak of their capacity, which they were never designed for. As a result, frequent delays and mishappenings. They are trying to solve this problem by creating massive infrastructures called container terminals. And it takes a lot of money, lot of time. It's like putting concrete on a data problem. We have a simple and elegant solution for it. We collect data from various different sources like terminal operating systems, satellite imagery, yard plans, telematics, and we process all this data in our proprietary AI reinforcement learning engine, which has the capability of pumping out recommendations, strategies, and results. These strategies are being used by resource planners and managers to better validate and go ahead with their day-to-day operations instead of spending hours scribbling about it. A glimpse of our product, which comes in two variants, our API plugin, which sits right into the existing dashboards, terminal operating system, to help them assist with their day-to-day operations, and a standalone interface where they can plan out, make strategies and simulations over a long stretch.
As a result, decisions are made faster, expensive assets are utilized better. For example, for one of our clients, it's like adding 10 new trucks without actually buying them. And vessel turnaround times are reduced, which means ports are doing more operations and more businesses with the same resources. This is not just an idea, it works. We have a POC with $1 billion client, the Adani port, and signed LOIs from government and private port authorities. Being a very defensible industry, it is very sticky in nature, so once we are in it, we stay for years.
Market, of course, is huge, and it's growing very rapidly, 20 years year on year. Industry reports showcase that maritime AI has potential to be a $130 billion market by year 2030. In the past 3 months during our Techstars journey, we have significantly grown our network all the way across from Australia, Singapore to Middle East. Our team is our superpower. We have known each other since last 7 years, and which gives trust, commitment, and absolutely no drama. Our CTO has experience working in hardware and IoT integration in big firms like Amazon and Honeywell, which helps us make sense of port data. Our co-founder Akshita, she's a space researcher and has worked with complex satellite imagery. And I have worked with founding teams of startups who have implemented enterprise-grade solution securely.
Being a very niche industry, we do have few competitors, but they are either specialized in ports or has AI specialization, whereas we lie in a sweet spot of having the both. But that's not it. We have a lot more to share and we would love to do that. So please come and talk to us. We are right here in the pavilion wearing nice blazers. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hey, I'm Casey. I'm founder of Attune.ai, psychology in the AI SaaS business that we've got some decent product market fit. And I've also founded a craft whiskey distillery on a remote volcanic island in northern Hokkaido. And that's why I'm not here for Demoday. I'll actually be picking up a gold medal in London. But for the last few weeks, I've been helping to mentor the guys at Steve, Trissino, Taka, and Gagan. I think they've been excellent. And I think they're an amazing team between the two founders that you have. I think the fearlessness that they have, the hustle, the speed, like Gagan's speed is fantastic. Taka's fearlessness and the hustle is amazing. And they have this kind of great quality of listening, but also being stubborn. And I think that's what you need for early stage founders. So I believe they've got lots and lots of customers and amazing customers ahead of them. They're going to make it to millions of dollars in revenue. They know the problem. They are going to solve it at speed. They're going to listen to customers. So I think the upside potential, the exit opportunity for investors is fantastic. Go guys. Love you.
Hi everyone, I'm Gagan, CTO of Trissino.
We are building a competitive research agent for B2B companies. When I was working at Amazon, every week my client asked me the same question. What is my competitor doing now? But in 2025, weekly update is too late because competition moves faster than ever. And market shifts overnight and new player appears every day. By the time you spend days in creating competitor report, Everything already changed. Competitive research has never been more important in this new AI era. Staying ahead of competitor is not optional. However, the way it's done today is broken. The future of competitive research should be fast, accurate, and proactive with AI, and have to be always on research. Because the moment you stop watching, you fall behind. We are changing this. Let's welcome Steve, the AI competitive researcher for B2B companies.
With just one URL, Steve starts researching about your competitors right away. It discovers everything: pricing, marketing, what customers think. It not only gathers the data, but it tells you how to win. Before Steve, our customers used to spend more than 3 days creating a single competitor report that would go stale the very next day. Steve does it for all your competitors in under 7 minutes and keeps it fresh. In the last 3 months, we have demoed to more than 60 enterprise clients, although we just launched this summer, but we already have paying customers. The latest one is Eve, which is a legal tech unicorn backed by A16Z. The best part, we have just signed our first public company pilot with Udemy. But we have just hit the gold mine. Steve is not just a research tool, because knowing is half the battle. That's why just today, we are launching Steve Sales OS, the real-time competitor tool that helps your reps win more deals. Sales OS is the first AI copilot that brings competitive insights into every customer call in real time. Whenever a customer speaks, Sales OS is listening and surfaces the best talking points, insights, and handles objections all in real time. It's the first AI platform that is bringing sales and research together. Competitive intelligence is the perfect entry point for enterprises today. We are using it as our wedge to enter the massive sales enablement market, valued at more than $30 billion by the end of 2030.
I'm Taka, a pharma marketer at Amazon and second-time founder based in San Francisco. My co-founder Gagan, ex-Apple, and became the youngest Bushi manager at Money Forward. We teamed up to build a global product. And I'm sure you're interested in what we are doing. Then let's talk more. Thank you for listening.
Hi everyone, I'm Takuya, founder of Asset Hub. We are the last year's cohort company of Techstars. So we are building AI native 3D editor for supporting the 3D game creators. So just generate 3D assets quite easily by using our AI agent. The last year we attended this accelerator program. It was really great. I previously co-founded the Gaudi, and that raised over $80 million. So one of the largest entertainment startup in Japan. But do the global business was really tough. But Techstars really support it. And then thanks to this program, we could secure, fund, also global customers. We could design a global product. So that was a really great experience to me. Okay, so thanks so much. And then, so we have other 3 founders videos. They are not in Japan right now, so we will play video from now. Let's start. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Gavin. Hi, I'm Austin. We are the co-founders of Sender.ai, an AI personal assistant. We are from Vietnam, and Techstars Tokyo was an amazing experience. We learned and connected with a lot of mentors and founders.
Since then, we've grown to over 50,000 users across more than 60 countries with thousands of companies using Sender.ai. That journey grew our revenue more than tenfold, thanks to Techstars, Yetro, Mitsui, Berry, and our mentors.
Let's build the future together.
Hi, I'm Yoichi, founder and CEO of Pioneer Work. Techstars 2024 was a gateway to building a global startup. Since then, we've secured 2 angel investments, and major enterprise leads. But the real value of Techstars is its community. I've experienced lots of hard things in the past year, but every time, fellow founders and mentors helped me through the challenges. That's the Techstars difference.
Hi everyone, I'm Shu, CEO of Dondon Technologies and proud alum of Techstars Tokyo 2024. At Dondon, we're democratizing anime creation with AI. With the help of the Techstars team, we raised a $300,000 angel round from anime industry leaders and started earning our first revenue from contracts with anime studios in Japan, China, and beyond. Next up, we're launching AmadeusLabs.io, a platform that lets anyone create their own anime TV show just by chatting with an AI agent. Easily create your story, design your characters, and animate your show. Try out the beta yourself at AmadeusLabs.io. Thanks again to the Techstars team for having us, and happy Demo Day.
Okay, yes, it's so nice to get the message from the class of 2024. So here, I forgot to introduce myself, but my name is Chloe Takahashi. I'm the program manager of Techstars Tokyo, and I'm also the behind the scene of today. And then we apologize, there's a little bit of technical difficulties with the mic, but we are working on it. So yes, next up, I'd like to introduce our valued partner, Sei Ota-san from Mitsui Fudosan. Mitsui Fudosan is one of the largest real estate in Japan, and they provided us this amazing venue, like here, and also the co-working space for the founders. And fun fact about Sei Ota-san is he's also active as a DJ in Japan. From the top latest J-pop hits to the classic music, he often played perform the DJ at the bar and a hotel in this area, Nihonbashi and Muromachi. So if you need any DJ in Tokyo, please come talk to Sei-san. So let's join us in welcoming Sei Ota-san from Mitsui Fudosan.
Thank you, Chloe. Hi, everyone. I'm Sei from Mitsui Fudosan. So she said she might mention that I'm a DJ. I was surprised, so I changed my script. So on personal note, I believe music allows us to communicate beyond language. So when I turned 40 last year, I started DJing for my new hobby. I don't produce and perform, but I curate and blend the great tracks to create new experiences. So, and I realized our open innovation department works same way. As a real estate developer, Mitsui Fudosan has always co-created cities with partners. And now we are going beyond real estate with co-creating new business, and over time, we are co-creating a new industry with innovative partners. Today, we connect funders, partners, and ideas to create new value. Today at Demoday, we are honored to support this community. Now, I truly hope today leads to new connection and inspiration for everyone here. Now, let me introduce the next 4 startups. Tokoshie from Japan, Contera AI from the United States, Cascade from Japan, OneInbox from the United States. Please welcome them. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Gen, founder of Sony Ventures. I've helped hundreds of startups in many different ways, from raising financing, finding clients, to help them in their strategy and operations. Today, I'm delighted to introduce to you Tokoshie, a company that enables flexible manufacturing. So it's no secret that the 3D printing has not been the hottest topic among the investors over many years. Why now? Well, clearly, somebody talked about domain expertise, but these people, this team is really experts in the 3D printing area. They have many active clients, and they have a reason to believe that the market for their business is going to explode. My take, with physical AI coming, there's clearly a need for these products, and that there's not enough credible players to fill it. So with that introduction, Tatsu, please come on stage.
Thanks so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Tatsunori, CEO of Tokoshie. Our mission is very simple. We empower everyone to make anything. Today, I want to show you how we build AI that design and manufacturing instantly. Back in 2016, analysts predicted that 3D printing market would reach 490 billion by 2025. But today, it's around only 19 billion. So what happened? Why didn't it grow as people expected? There's 3 reasons. Users had to improve and learn by themselves and without shared data. And second, too much demands on too much skilled operators. And third is most of machines were only for prototype, not for final production. By the way, Gen AI has already changed how we build software. And the next revolution is physical AI. But you can't copy and paste it like software. We started this company to close the gap between software and hardware. Our team has background in robotics. We felt those pain points ourselves. We believe the next wave of innovation will come when AI can design and make physical things, not just generate ideas. Our answer is modeling professional AI, an AI-powered 3D printing platform where the AI 3D designer, crafter, and help manufacturer turn idea into parts faster, cheaper, and without expert knowledge. Here is how it works. The customer describes what they need. In text or sketch, and AI creates manufacturable 3D model in seconds, not weeks. It checks shape, strength, and printability before production. Then our original autonomous 3D printer making parts automatically. Design, conditioning, printing, test with AI agent. And this loop also how we make money. AI design SaaS, a subscription for design tools, on-demand manufacturing, pay-per printed parts. We have strong early traction. In many cases, it reduced the time by more than 99%. Estimated ARR, 72K. And we already have over
20 paying customers, mainly robotics teams, R&D teams, and university lab. Our market is huge, 100 billion worldwide. And we focus on 50 billion prototyping space, aiming for 500 million obtainable market in robotics. We started with our Japan beta at working R&D teams, and the next year we want to enter the US. Our founding team, Rui leads AI and software, and Keita builds the autonomous printers. And I focus on the product vision and partnerships. We are inviting the partners, early customers, and investors. We are Tokoshie. This is modeling professional AI, creating a creation. Thank you. Please connect my LinkedIn account. Thanks so much.
As Techstars Tokyo EIR, Tom and myself, we get to work with all of the companies, but we also still become mentors to several. And this year, I mentored 2 companies deeply. Both companies I was actually curious about, but also skeptical of. And I wanted those companies to change my mind. The first company who you saw earlier on, the team was Ethan and Braulio from Boxtree, working in the AR table space. The second team from Ukraine was Amin and Victor. And I talked to them, I saw their technology, and I said, is that it? Is that all? But they continued over the course of the 12 weeks to change my mind, to impress me over and over again. And I learned 2 things, really. 1, never bet against Ukraine. And 2, if they could do for my money what they're doing for their clients' money, it would be one of the best investments we've ever made. So this morning, we committed to investing in Contera.ai. And with that, I'd like to invite Amin up onto the stage to tell you about the company.
Thank you, Barry. Thank you all for coming. My name is Amin, the CEO of Contera. And I'm sorry, but it will be the most boring presentation you hear today. Seriously, I'm not fixing the world. It will not bring us to Mars. It's about fixing a boring reality. And the reality is that according to Google, 98% of small businesses don't use Google Ads in their marketing. And I'm talking about such businesses as a coffee shop where you're buying your morning coffee and a muffin, your wife's favorite nail salon. That businesses are always there for you, but nobody stands for them in marketing. That's why only 2% succeed in Google Ads. And the main reasons for that are difficulty and price. To do Google Ads with tutorials and guides is to deal with more than 200 metrics and parameters. And if they want to pay for professional help, they have to spend a lot of money from their limited budget just before they see very first visitor. So our solution to that is an AI marketing department that brings them sales from Google Ads while they sleep. They don't need to fill long briefs. They don't need to spend money for human mistakes or inconsistent performance. They need just to have a website and sell a product or service that people are looking for in Google. That's all. And to start using Contera, they need to connect their ad account, input a website link, and Contera start gathering all the information about the company in the web, their competitors in Google and Meta, their customers' feedbacks in G2 and Trustpilot, and discussions on Reddit and Quora. With all that information, it creates a fully optimized campaign inside Google Ads, like you will see in a second. And then, after the campaign is created, Contera analyzes and improves it each hour 24/7, without sleep. Then it provides a detailed report about what was done, what is the performance, and what is the next steps. Now I will show you a few examples of our current customers that are using Contera. This US videography studio used to work with a contractor for more than 2 years. And after 1 month using Contera, they increased their sales for more than 50% and decreased their cost per sale for almost 30%. This IT consultancy from Europe has even more impressive result, and we were shocked. They tried to do Google Ads by themselves. After using Contera, they had 780% increase in sales with 50% decrease in their cost per sale. So those who will help small businesses to start using Google Ads will open a 700 billion market worldwide, with 140 billion share in US only. For Contera, we started selling the service 1 month ago, and we have 40% clients growth week over week. The customer's budget under our control is more than $20,000. And when I say we, I mean a team behind Contera. Pretty boring as well. Myself is a YC alum, marketing specialist with 14 years in the industry, mostly on US market, dealing with funnel optimization, experiments, hypotheses, building and scaling marketing teams. And my co-founder, Victor, is even worse. He is a serial entrepreneur who patented a technology that predicts a Facebook Meta ads performance before actual campaign starts. To do that, he analyzed more than 200 million ads. And we believe that our combined experience can open access to world-class marketing for every small business. In 6 months, we will have more than $100,000 in our MRR. And if you want to see how we'll get there, please join our insider list. And if you know a business who is struggling with marketing, please be kind to them. Show them Contera. Thank you.
Konnichiwa minasan. My name is Aldrich. It's pity that I cannot join you guys in person in Tokyo to celebrate Techstars Demoday 2025. But I'm really excited to be here to introduce next team, Cascade AI. As a global founder in the United States, Europe, and Asia, I always face the challenges when I enter into the new markets. I still remember a few years ago when I entered into the Japanese markets, I faced a lot of challenges, including language barriers. There's no marketing insights from local agencies, and I don't know how to optimize my marketing campaign by agency supports. But right now, with Cascade AI, you can get the insight just in a few seconds. Right now, let's introduce Katsuki-san on the stage and to know his vision of next generation of the advertisement. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu.
Hello, everyone. We are Cascade, your in-house digital marketer. I'm Kaz, Japanese founder and CEO of Cascade. I've spent over 10 years in marketing industries. Then, I'm also exit founder who sold AI image generation startup for about 220 million JPY in 2 years. So let me tell you what I've seen in marketing team today. A friend of mine, Naoki, he runs online ad, Google, Meta, TikTok. Every day he checks the data, adjusts budget, and report result. But he can't keep up alone because digital marketing is running 24 hours, always on. That's why most companies are relying on agency now. However, that brings also new problems. First, 10 to 20% agency fee. Second, deprioritized by agency. Third, no knowledge sharing back to you. So your money goes out, but your learning does not come back. So that's why we built Cascade. Cascade acts as your in-house digital marketer, running ad automatically with AI. Our value are simple. First, reduce cost. Second, increase efficiency. Third, high performance. So with Cascade, you can save 50% of ad spend. We charge only 5% ad operation cost. Next, efficiency. With Cascade, it's completed in 1 hour. That's a 93% time cutoff. So your team focus on the strategy, not spreadsheet. And finally, performance. This is actual 2-week pilot test. Our AI can cut cost per click by 33% and boost the clicks by 49%. So, how does Cascade do that? Here is the data become actions. How do you feel that? That's amazing, right? So it's easy, super to just start our services, just connect accounts, and ask Cascade AI, and run it with one click. In fact, Cascade is already used by some D2C brands, and after releasing our prototype model in October, we got 10 ROIs in 30 days. As for the market, Japan is our launchpad. 3.6 trillion Japanese yen ad market. We aim at 9 billion ARR within the 5 years. Beyond that, global market is also expanding to 1.7 trillion US dollars in next 10 years. So Japan first and scale globally. As for the team, we have worked before together and built Cascade. So combine the deep expertise in marketing, AI, and product design for over 20 years. So to all investors and partners, please visit our booth and discuss the future of digital marketing. Thank you so much. ありがとうございます。
All right, everyone knows that AI is changing the world. Now, the real challenge for startups is how do you build something differentiated such that you're not disrupted yourself by the foundational large language models. That's why I am really excited to introduce you to Abhishek, founder of One Inbox. I think he is really onto something that's at the sweet spot of building an AI-enabled business with incredible revenue growth and a very defensible moat. It has been an amazing experience working with him as a mentor. I am personally investing in his company, and I am really excited for him to tell you about what he is building. Please welcome Abhishek.
In next 5 years, AI will handle 350 million customer calls every single day. Faster, smarter, and cheaper than any human being. So, who will win this market? Hi everyone, I'm Abhishek, a serial entrepreneur and a founder of One Inbox. My journey started as a call center operator when I was just 18 years old. I built a fully bootstrapped, profitable call center as a service company and scaled it to over 500 clients. While working across industries, I found a striking problem in real estate. Meet Sherwoods, a real estate company and also a user of One Inbox. They spend $50,000 every year to generate tens and thousands of leads. They also spend $30,000 every year to convert those leads into appointment, but they are getting very poor results. And they are not alone. Over $75 billion are lost to competitors simply because no one calls back on time. A Harvard study shows that there is an 80% chance of getting an appointment if you call back your lead in 5 minutes. But it drops down by 400% if you delay that call back by 10 minutes. That's insane. Let me introduce you to our AI, how we are solving the problem. Hi, can you explain the audience how we are solving the real estate problem?
Sure. So what I usually do is I gather leads from multiple sources, like forms, ads, and different campaigns, and I instantly call them. I try to, sound natural and engaging using my human-like voice.
Okay, and how do you understand the intention of a buyer?
I ask things like, what's your budget? Or when are you planning to buy? And after a few minutes of conversation, I can usually tell if the person is really interested or not. When I feel they are serious, I guide them to book an appointment with the real agent. And yeah, that's how I work.
Thank you. Interesting, right? And the results are even phenomenal. With just $10,000 a year, our AI converts 20% leads to appointment, compared to 2% done by human. That's simply 30x ROI over the traditional process. But I know what you guys are thinking. Voice AI space is getting really crowded. Over 500 startups launched in the last 6 months. But here's the interesting fact. Only 3 voice AI startups in the real estate worldwide. Why? Because you simply can't sell softwares to real estate companies online. You need a real distribution and serious sales skill to penetrate deep into the market. And that's why we have grown to $500,000 ARR with tracking 6x growth in last 3 months, completing over 700,000 AI calls from our platform. So the secret sauce is our team. We bring a deep domain experience in real estate, AI, sales, and contact centers. We are adaptable like a chameleon. We pivoted from a horizontal to a vertical AI in just 3 weeks. We built a strong, profitable foundation with just $100,000 of investment that shows our resilience and our ability to thrive in any market conditions. Both our team and our product are built to learn, not only real estate, but to conquer every sector we enter. Real estate is just a starting point. We will be the global leader in the voice AI space. By validating our approach, deliver superior results across industries. And that's already getting validated. We have over $5 million in our pipeline from our enterprise sales, soon going to be in production, and it's from multiple different industries. We are laser focused on one target, to reach to $10 million ARR within a year. And all of our efforts are aligned towards one simple goal: sell, sell, and sell harder. Thank you, everyone. Please scan our QR code and experience our AI in action. Thank you.
All right, that concludes the pitches of 12 companies. I hope you enjoy the pitches. Right. Okay, so let me join, let me give a round of, sorry. Please join me to give a round of applause for the mentors and sponsors and partners and workshop providers and everyone who's here today. So. But at the end of the day, we're here all for the founders. So they work really hard. I've seen them working very hard, taking calls with the investors and customers 2 a.m. or 6 a.m. And then also they'll help each other every step of the way, from referring investors to giving tips for cold reach outs. And so they were an amazing people. So this is my message to the founders of a 2025 class. I'm very, very excited for you. This is a new beginning for you. You did an amazing job in the past 3 months, but I'm personally very, very sad because I really enjoyed spending time every minute and every day with all of you. So I feel all of you had a humble personality, yet a go-getter attitude. And I think this is sort of underrated in the early stage startups quality. Because you don't have much to give, but you need to ask a lot of favors from a lot of people. So it's important to make everyone you meet a fan of yours. I'm already your biggest fan, if you can tell. And then I would like you today to become, to join me among the biggest and earliest supporters of them. So this concludes the first part of the demo day, and then most important part comes after this, which is networking. So please talk to them. We have about 2 hours. They will be around behind this venue, and then they have booths and then tables. So please talk to them and then get to understand them and learn about what they're doing, and then become their fans or investors or customers. So please do stick around.